A lot of people have asked me, what is coaching and how is it different from mentoring and therapy? So I wanted to share my view of what the differences actually are. Therapy tends to be more about processing the past, processing your childhood, processing past traumas and how they impact you today and making sense of it. And mentorship is more about the person, that mentor, sharing with you as a mentee their experience, their expertise, their wisdom. They're a guide in many ways. They're equivalent to an advisor, someone who's there to help you along your path and oftentimes can show you the path. Some of them have even paved the path and are saying, hey, just come follow me. Just a quick note here, mentorship and sponsorship are very different. A sponsor is someone who has the ability and the decision-making authority to advance your career. They literally are in the room where it happens. Yes, it's a Hamilton reference, and I'm not ashamed of it because Hamilton is a great Broadway show. They're in the room where it happens, and they literally have a say to get you to another level, to get you a critical opportunity. They have the power and authority to advance your career. A sponsor can be a mentor. A mentor is not necessarily a sponsor. You need both, okay? And great if you have multiple mentors and multiple sponsors. Those are relationships you must curate and maintain over time. Had to add that in there. Just for all my people wondering about mentoring sponsorships, that's the difference between them. You need both. Coaching is very different. Coaching is all about you're already functioning, right? You may be a little bit miserable. You may feel like you're becoming unhinged, right? But you're functioning. You're not in depression. You're not in deep depression, anxiety, non-functioning, can't get out of bed. Like that is therapy. You need to be with a licensed medical professional to move through that difficult period and to move through those things if you have that kind of diagnosis. That is not for a coach. Now, sometimes coaching and therapy can exist in parallel, but I think those are really unique situations that don't often happen. Coaching is about, hey, you're functioning at a certain level and you have goals, you have something that you're reaching for. You want to feel more fulfilled. You want to feel happier. You want to feel more calmness. You want to feel more inner peace. You want to feel more present in your life. You want to reclaim your energy. You want to reclaim your time so you're not always rushing and exhausted and constantly reacting and playing whack-a-mole. And I get home and I'm just like, I'm done. And then, oh my gosh, I have to take care of kids. It's like my second job. You want to feel differently about your life. You want to feel better about it. And those are some of your goals. Or you're like, hey, I want to transition in my career. And so coaching helps you get closer and closer to achieving your goal. How? There's an assessment where you're at. Okay, now where do you want to go? How do we bridge the gap? What's going to get in the way? What are all the obstacles? And you know what all the obstacles always are, people? Oh, often, always. There are external factors, yes, that exist. There are external barriers, yes, that exist. There are systemic issues always existing. But the most important thing that you can control that always comes up as obstacles, you know what they are? It's in here. Your mindset, the thoughts you tell yourself, the thoughts you choose to believe that are so unhelpful to you. But you say, I can't do that. I'm not ready for that. That won't work for me. I'm a fraud. All these things that you think, all these thoughts that you choose to believe that you don't even realize are limiting to you because you have never truly identified them and then tried to challenge them. That's what stands between your goal and who you are right now, is all the shit that you tell yourself that isn't true, and all the shit that you tell yourself to make yourself stay small. Because the truth is, I'm getting really down to it. And this is what I have found in my coaching practice. Also, for me personally, what I've had to navigate in the past is a feeling of a lack of worthiness and a true lack of complete self-love, that you deserve to feel good, because we don't ever celebrate ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves. We're always on to the next achievement, the next box to check, the next goal, because we're supposed to be achieving goals. That's expected. So I'm not going to cheer for myself and celebrate myself and bask in it. Because one, I wasn't taught how to do that. Two, actually, I was taught to be ashamed to do that. Three, I'd be too much if I did that. Four, who has time for that? I have shit to do. You see where I'm going here? Okay. So coaching is about, how do I take you from point A to point B? But we have to decide what the hell is point A and what the hell is point B, and then what's going to get in the way in between. And that's where we focus a lot of our time, is how do you progress to your goals? And when you're going through all the muddy waters, and what are all those muddy waters? Have you been through muddy water? Like a lot of mud? Let me tell you, it's so much easier when someone's holding your hand and helping you stand upright to move through that water so you don't get stuck, right? It's having that support and the accountability. And if I could describe super succinctly what coaching truly is a process, right? It is leveling up your self-awareness to increase your learning, to get you into action, practice, do things differently so you can get different results. That's really what it is. That's very unique to coaching. In my coaching, of course, I will always offer a personal experience. And I will always say, if this is helpful to you, do you want me to share my experience? Would that be helpful to you? Of course, if a client asks me to share how something went for me or how I navigated something, I will share, but it's a very intentional share, because the coaching client relationship is not about me as a coach. It's about you as a client. It's not about me. So coaching really is about, how do we level up our self-awareness, get into learning, get into action to get the results that you're looking for. And there's nothing like having someone there with you, cheering you on and challenging you. Because my style is very much what you see in these videos. Real talk. I will celebrate you for eternity, but I will also challenge you. I will remind you who the F you are. I will remind you of all the things that are amazing when you get stuck in this shit of like, I haven't done enough. What's going to go wrong? Instead of thinking about what can go right, instead of thinking about how much you've done that is more than enough. That's part of my job too, right? To pick you up when you're getting really down on yourself, because we often are so down on ourselves and we often think we're just not doing enough. And that's just not factually accurate. And a coach's job is to hold the mirror to you and remind you who the fuck you are, which is this amazing person who is investing in themselves to grow and to achieve the very life that they want to achieve, and to feel that fulfillment and that meaning and that joy and that vibrancy and the aliveness that comes when you have inner alignment, and when you're feeling more at peace and you're feeling more present in your life, and you walk around and your friends are saying, oh my gosh, you look so happy. And let me tell you, when your friends and people who know you say like, you look really good and you're looking really happy, that feels really special. That feels really special.